Hello, and welcome back to Cardano Coin, where we bring you the most recent and intriguing ADA news. We're giving away 1,000 ADA to those who are watching. All you have to do is upvote, subscribe, comment Cardano is king, and watch the video to the end to be eligible. The winners will be picked next month and publicized on the community page of the channel. Everyone is talking about the approaching nuclear war that appears to be taking place. Charles Hoskinson discussed this issue in an AMA session and explained how much such a situation would affect Cardano and the economy. It appears like the Ethereum killer will be the first casualty if this story is confirmed. Major players still find it difficult to predict what the future of cryptocurrencies will look like, and ambiguity has so far obscured their perception. Well, the real certainty in the world of cryptocurrency is uncertainty. Early in October, Charles Hoskinson addressed a range of fascinating subjects that more closely resembled Cardano warnings and prophecies. Charles Hoskinson has never been reluctant to share his opinions with the public on a variety of topics. He has addressed various queries and provided clarification in his interview, tweets, and frequent YouTube broadcasts. He garnered a lot of attention when he explained how recent crypto-related proposals made by the American government could have negative outcomes. Additionally, he raised the prospect of outlawing Bitcoin, the dominant cryptocurrency. Governmental crypto regulation is almost certain in the upcoming years, regardless of whether cryptocurrency reaches brand new highs. Although no firm policy has yet been established, a number of offices have started to gather information and offer suggestions. What could change the game and have a negative or positive impact on different assets will be determined at the finish. Charles Hoskinson responded in a YouTube video a few months ago to the publication of a report by the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy that suggested the Department of Energy and the Environmental Protection Agency become involved in crypto regulation. They demanded the creation of environmental standards based on scientific data, all in the sake of producing ethical cryptocurrency assets. Charles Hoskinson had some strong beliefs, and they were put into action. He claimed that the EPI and DOE would practically tell cryptocurrency companies to change the way their currencies function. Hoskinson thought that the long-term effects, particularly with regard to Bitcoin, might be fairly significant. Should these actions fail to lessen the effects as intended? Congress may pursue legislation to restrict or outlaw the use of high-energy intensity consensus processes for crypto asset mining, and the administration could look at executive options. In other words, it ought to be prohibited. You read that way, he advised. The Cardano developer then considered how the proposals may be advanced through various offices and half measures to obtain a longer-term impact after considering the worst-case scenario. Now, the White House is essentially concealing a report on page 7 that no one will ever see or read. Hey, Mia, excellent work with the evidence of your labor, but you should know that global warming is bad. So, we should outlaw it. Regarding cryptocurrencies, a lot is still anticipated to occur. Any threat to the long-term viability of digital assets, especially Bitcoin, will have ardent supporters battling for them. That much can be said with sure. Charles Hoskinson and other industry participants will continue to share information and analysis to forecast the direction of the crypto wind. Charles Hoskinson once asserted that the U.S. Treasury Department is exerting every effort to suppress cryptocurrency assets. He opened a gathering in Cape Town by saying he was unfazed by the Treasury's attempts to rein in the burgeoning crypto ecosystem. As part of the Cape Innovation and Technology Initiative, officials increased their scrutiny of the cryptocurrency sector last year to prevent fraud, ransomware attacks, money laundering, and the exploitation of investors. Hoskinson claimed that the Treasury Department in Washington, D.C. does everything possible to destroy our industry. In our backyard, a $2 trillion business has recently emerged, and my government is working to squash it. Market participants in the expanding crypto area were asking for regulatory clarification, and authorities had to pick up their game. The level of scrutiny increased as it became clear that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were becoming more and more popular and valuable. For instance, the value of Cardano ADA increased by over 2,000 at the beginning of 2021. The Treasury joined a chorus of voices urging crypto businesses to maintain their vigilance as they grew increasingly inquisitive, or should we say suspicious. Although Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, has stated that he has no plans to outlaw cryptocurrency, a recent YouTube hosted by Charles Hoskinson covered recent developments in the cryptocurrency industry. Hoskinson's difficulty with Ethereum, Classic, or other games was one of the first points in the video to be addressed. He briefly voiced his displeasure with the project's progress and continued by saying that, in his opinion, the Ethereum Classic was turning into more of a scam. He then vented about a negative Twitter experience in which you reported a bot account. He claimed that it was essentially dismissed with an email from Twitter claiming that the reported account was in good standing. Additionally, he was asked what he thought about what was going on with Solana, where people were trying to find a way to get around paying royalties on NFTs. He replied that system creation must be done very carefully by developers. This is so that they can always discover methods to go around the laws. The founder of Cardano testified that the looming nuclear could have negative effects on the economy and cryptocurrency. He thought the stock market may fall by 30 to 40. Hoskinson also wasn't being ironic. The globe as a whole, as well as cryptocurrencies, could experience something really awful. But are we indeed on the verge of a nuclear conflict? Russia's invasion of Ukraine at the beginning of the year increased market volatility for cryptocurrencies. In general, there's a great deal of volatility associated with wars, regardless of the asset class, which will make it much more challenging for investors to adhere to their strategy. Investors are not safe either. Cardano ADA. Bitcoin fell under $35,000. Ethereum also fell to below $24,000. The invasion started immediately. Bitcoin fell by more than 30 as a result of the geopolitical unrest in Europe, rising inflation, and the possibility of interest rate increases. Since its peak of $68,990 in November. For the beginning of a new year, there was far too much commotion. Investors must maintain their long-term course in light of the ongoing volatility in the cryptocurrency market for this reason. Although cryptocurrency has long been championed as an asset apart from regular financial markets, experts claim that risk assets were shaken by Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, while safe havens like gold and the US dollar traded higher. Nothing will prevent the market from canceling Tibet-related activities. According to experts, investors should just maintain their composure and refrain from having absurd reactions to the market at this time. This idea has also been put up a few times by Charles Hoskinson, and in a lot of ways. A breakthrough year 2021 saw a surge in interest in cryptocurrency as it became a popular issue. The past year now seems more like a facade and a trick to get newcomers into cryptocurrency. Am I right? But if there is a nuclear war, it will get worse. The most popular cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, has been said to be able to survive a nuclear exchange. Will Bitcoin still exist if a nuclear war obliterated half of the planet? Despite many worries and complaints that plague Bitcoins, proof of work is viewed as a waste because it requires energy to safeguard the network. Simply expressed, it uses more energy than certain small nations, and truthfully speaking, hundreds of millions of lives may be quickly lost in the event of a nuclear war. As such, making the assertion that Bitcoin will survive and be useful in the event of a war even sounds absurd. The approaching catastrophes and worries about World War III could put crypto survival in danger, and not even currencies with well-defined futures like Cardano were able to survive. The creator of Cardinal has a few balls to play, and Cardinal has a few balls to play in Cardinal. ADA is fame and success, but they may disappear overnight if a serious economic setback appeared. I'm pretty impressed with how the Cardano vision for 2022 is coming together. It is a dynamic ecology that is always improving, adjusting, and fortifying itself. The technology is amazing, and there are hundreds of projects relying on Cardano. So we have a ton of interesting improvements coming. On November 12, 2021, he said, but just around half of these amazing proposals will be implemented by 2022. In fact, everything that affects the skull will spread to the rest of the body. We might experience a nuclear war sooner than we anticipate now that the possibility has been brought up. What will happen to cryptos? And could it be the final survivor? Of course, what do you think about this? Let's discuss them below in the comment area. In the following video, we'll see you. Watch our other videos to see how Cardano is fulfilling his ambition to slay the Ethereum before then. Be careful to always click the subscribe and notification buttons.